Hello everybody, today's date is Monday 22nd of April 2024. You are in Budapest. The time is now 11:18 AM. You have one new message. First message. Hello, this is the Hair Palace. Just to remind you that you've got a blood test tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. Thank you. End of messages. You have no more messages. So here we go, this is my Waffle video, another one. I'm in Budapest and I'm here for a week to get my hair done, to get my hair transplanted and fixed. So maybe this is the last time that you'll see me with the long hair for a while. It'll take me at least 4 or 5 years to grow it this long, and by the time you see me next it'll probably be, I'll probably look bald. So here we are, this is my flat in Budapest, and of course we've got Lemon Amiga on my laptop with my Lemon Amiga frame around the top, and we've also got a kitchen area, the cooker, the fridge and the microwave. We've also got a bathroom area with washing machine in it, toilet facilities, and a bath and a shower head. And we've also got bedroom, central heating, and wardrobe. So this is where I'm staying at the moment. And out here is obviously the balcony. So you can see I'm staying in an apartment, and around here you've got a pond and a child playing area. And you've also got flats. Some of the flats have a bike, and some of them have a garden. So this is where I'm staying today, and it's fairly warm, it's 14 degrees, so I'm not going to need a coat. And in Hungary everything's a lot cheaper than it is in the UK, so if I wanted to particularly fix these teeth, they'd probably cost something like 10,000 for a full set of bottom teeth in the UK. Then you're probably looking at half that price here. If you wanted to get your eyes done, it can be 1,000 or 3,000 per eye, and in this country it's about 300 per eye. And if you want to get your hair done in the UK, they'll charge you 3,000 for every 1,000 hairs. So if I wanted 5,000 hairs, it'd cost me maybe 15,000 quid. Doing it in this country, 5,000 hairs costs you about 2,500. So saving about 13,000 quid. If you came here with 500,000, it'd be probably worth about 2 million, because everything's cheap around here. Gas costs €1, electric costs a quarter of the price it does in the UK, and everybody seems happy. There's no crime. Everybody's very helpful, everybody's very humble, everybody's very amenable, and it's going to be another hot day here. It's going to be another 14-degree day. So we'll see what happens over the next few days. So with this being a Waffle video, it's time to talk about Series 7B, or I think it's season 13 or 14? 14. So what have we got? Prime Mover. Half of these games are AAA games, well, A games, and some of them are B games. So you might have noticed that every time we do one of these seasons, we cover a different set of games, mostly A games. Looking at last year, Jutros, Starglider, Robinson's Requiem, Knights of the Sky, Robocop 2, Jimmy White's, Alien Breed 3D2, Lollipop, Civilization, Fears. All of these are A games, AAA games. Shadow Fighter, Interface, Duke Nukem, Fighting Spirit. All of those are A games. So we might have Moonstone, that's another A game. So, and we also had stuff like Aquanaut, Motorhead and Robocop 2 last time. So, moving on from the A games, I thought it'd take me maybe 20 years just to cover all the A games on the Amiga. And this is perhaps most likely the last season of the Lemon Playguides. Mostly because it takes me too long to actually be able to put out a full season. I remember when I started this, 2011, I did 48 games a season, 24 in spring and 24 in the autumn, and I basically edited videos all day. Now it's getting to the point where it's getting beyond my abilities to even put out the usual 24. So for this will probably be the last full season, although next year I'm going to start releasing the backers videos. So we might have 24 backers videos on there instead, which most of those have already done and released and set up on the channel. There's at least 50 different backers videos on Patreon. Some of them are my history, some of them are live plays, 2-player games, games that almost got a review but didn't, games that I recorded footage for, and I've done a review that wasn't. So this year we have got a few A games, but not that many. So Prime Mover is kind of an A game. Heart of China is, I'd say, well, I'd risk saying that that's a AAA game. Carrier Command is at least a AA game. The Humans, the Humans tried to be an A game. Pipe Mania, I'd say that's an A game. Archipelagos, that's probably a B game, at least, because not that many people play it. Mean Arenas, that's a C game, that's more or less public domain. Cadaver, that's an A game, some people would argue a AA game at least. Populous 1, another AA game. Covert Action, another AA game. Microprose. Tower of Babel, that's kind of well, it's a C game, but it plays more like a B game. Sherman M4 is a B game, but it plays more like an A game. Cosmic Spacehead is definitely a B game. Menace, some people claim that's an A game. Train Driver 3 is a C game, and not that many people know how to play it. Alien Breed Tower Assault, I tried to play that game, I didn't get very far at all. Chorus Angler. Chorus Angler is a C game. Return to Atlantis was touted as an A game, but it plays more like a B game. Shadow Dancer is touted as an A game, it plays more like a B game. Revenge of the Mutant Camels is a C game, but it plays more like an A game. Alfred Chicken is kind of an A game. Highway Patrol 2 is an A game, but it plays more like a B game. And Ikari Warriors is a C game, but it's not too bad. And perhaps there'll be an extra one recorded at some point. So all the ones that I've just rhymed away have been recorded, and some of them have even been edited. So I still need to narrate, and usually April and May is when I do the narrations, so that June, July and August I can get on with making the videos, and each video takes several days. So usually I like to get maybe 14 done before the season starts. Unfortunately this year I haven't started any of the narrations yet, and it's the end of April. I've done a few more games that weren't for the Patreon backers, but I still haven't released those yet. And they're still taking ages to edit, because it usually takes 4 times longer to edit the narration than the actual length of the narration. So if it's an hour game, it might take 4 hours to edit the narration, and then it'll take another 5, 6, 7 hours to complete creating the video. So all that lot takes about a week. So every week I need to be getting another video done, and I haven't been doing it at the moment, and it feels a lot easier not having to do that kind of work, because I can only really work an hour a day without being absolutely knackered and worn out these days, which is a physical, a mental, an emotional disability. So after 3 years of basically arguing with the Department of Work and Pensions, they've actually awarded me the disability payment, because I can only work an hour a day without feeling absolutely exhausted. They said, well, you know, you qualify for benefits, so we're going to give you a bit of money. It's not much, but it's something. And it might be enough to move house eventually. So I used the money to get my hair done over here in Budapest. And why? Well, it's a bit of a long story, which I might save for another time. I might go for a walk around the railway yard, but it's going to be difficult to hear me because I haven't brought my directional microphone with me. I've only got the 360 microphone, which means you're going to be able to hear the rail yard and, you know, trains moving up and down while I'm speaking, but who knows. I'll take the camera out this afternoon and we'll see. So those are the games lined up. I think there's 23 there. Prime Mover, Heart of China, Carrier Command, The Humans, Pipe Mania, Archipelagos, Mean Arenas, Cadaver, Populous, Covert Action, Tower of Babel, which is another 3D game, Sherman M4 is another 3D game. In fact, Heart of China's got a 3D element in there as well, where we get to drive another tank. And then we've got Cosmic Spacehead, Sherman M4, Menace, Train Driver 3, Alien Breed Tower Assault. And I have played the original Alien Breed a long time ago, and we actually played that in the games competition at some point a long time ago. I could never really get anywhere with it, and I watched a long play of Alien Breed Tower Assault, and I thought, oh well, that's alright, I can do that. And I got 10 minutes into it and realised I was completely and utterly lost. So for those who say I'm avoiding the Alien Breed series, I was, but we're going to do Tower Assault, or at least the beginning bit of it. And then we've got Course Angler, which is a PD game, a fishing game, one of the best unknown fishing games on the Amiga, of which there aren't that many. Return to Atlantis is a diving game where we get to dive among fish and wrecks and pick up, you know, barrels and stuff like that, find treasure. Electronic Arts, one of the first games, I think Archon was the first game on the Amiga, and Return to Atlantis was actually demoed on the 1995 Electronic Arts demo disc, and it took them until maybe 1988 to actually release it. Shadow Dancer, that's an unlimited lives playthrough because I couldn't get anywhere with it. It's mega hard. I still didn't complete it with infinite lives. I started to skip all the levels. Revenge of the Mutant Camels. I got quite far in that and used some passwords to get a bit further. Alfred Chicken, I've done, well, the first couple of levels, but I still need to enter the passwords in there to record some of the later ones. Highway Patrol 2, I think I managed to arrest maybe 2 or 3 criminals as I was driving around. And Ikari Warriors is a game that we're currently playing, because this is April, we're currently playing that in the Lemon Amiga Super League competition. So I might record Worms Director's Cut AGA, which is another A game. And we've also got, well, let's have a look. We've also got a few more listed down here. And out of all of the games that I could have recorded, I went for them. And there is a ton more that we haven't played. I've got them all listed down here, at least a few of them. Legend of Kyrandia, Parasol Stars, Elf Mania, Secrets of Monkey Island, Wings, Sensible Golf, Bubble and Squeak, Blood Money, Earth 2140, Clacks, Kickoff 2, Mr. Nuts, Dizzy 2, Harley Quinn, and then all of these games I'm not actually going to record, you know, Mortal Kombat and stuff like that. There are tons and tons of games. Robocop 1, Robocop 3, Space Quest, Police Quest, King's Quest, Wasted Dreams, and what was that other Dreams game? I can't remember its name now. I'm sure that was Weird Dreams. Weird, I think. So none of those we're going to be covering because the season is going to be finished. Let's have a look. Populous 2, Eye of the Beholder, Eye of the Beholder 2, UFO, Theme Park, Viracop, SimCity, Second Samurai, A Cruise for a Corpse, Barbarian, Brutal Sports Football, Whiz Kid, Bubba and Sticks, Smash TV. So there are tons and tons of games out there that I could record and carry on for another 10 seasons. And those are only the ones that I've got listed here on my computer, of which there are still tons and tons on the Amiga. Tons and tons. I don't have the Pirates is one of them. Pirates Gold, and Colonization, all these different games. I could literally go on for the next 10 years with AAA games. And how often can you say that with Super Nintendo games? Half of them are good, half of them are terrible. Or NES games or Sega games. Even with the PC, even if you went back as far as 1992, you could probably do 10, 12 seasons of AAA games, but then you'd end up running out after a bit. So you'd have to cover modern ones. So on the Amiga, we are absolutely really lucky, exceptionally lucky, to have so many games out there that are just amazing. And like I say, I haven't covered many of them I've certainly covered some of them that I wanted to cover during all of these years. Games that I wanted to find out how to play, like Carthage, for example, and Hannibal, Star Glider, for one thing, The Shepherd, fantastic game. All these games that I always wanted to find out how to play, even Train Driver 3 that we're going to be playing this time, is something that I always wanted to learn how to play. It's Sherman M4 I've been playing for years, and I recorded my best ever run, but it's still only about 20 minutes long. Covert action, I had to watch hours of long plays just to find out how to play that game, and then I had to get into it and play it myself. Archipelagos, I've forgotten how to play that so many times. Carrier Command, I always wanted to know how to play that, so I found out, and now I can play it. Cosmic Spacehead is a game that I had at the time. I bought that in the original box, $25.99, because I used to like the Dizzy games, so I played Cosmic Spacehead, which is kind of a platformer, but it's also got other levels built in. It's got short events, surfing, all kinds of different things. Course Angler, Predseda put me onto that. I think it was last year, and he said, "Oh, you're not going to like it. You play that, you'll not like it." And I did actually, got really into it. Return to Atlantis is one that I spotted on the EA demo disc in 1995, and I always wanted to check that out. It looked a bit rubbish, but after I checked it out and got into it, I managed to get through the first 4 levels. So it's not that bad. Akari Warriors, well, I had that back in the day. I had that 10-star pack, along with Barbarian and Pteropods, which we won't be covering. Mercenary, Amigas. There was 10 games basically, and that's what I got with my very first Amiga. So Akari Warriors, it's not as good as the 64 version. In fact, there are very few games that are anywhere near as good as the 64 version. I'm looking at Hawkeye, which was terrible on the Amiga. Last Ninja 2 was terrible. I'd probably say, you know, stuff like Paperboy and Ghouls and Ghosts and stuff like that, they're not that good to begin with. So, Switchblade, excellent on the 64, pretty mediocre on the Amiga. Defender of the Crown, it's pretty much identical. So there are quite some games on the 64 that are actually better than the Amiga versions that we managed to get. Even Shadow Dancer, even though it's a massive multi-load, it was more or less identical, I think, on the C64. So those are the games that I've recorded for season 14. So started in 2011 and it's 2024. Well, it was 2025 by the time I finished. So that's at least a good 14 years producing these videos. And I've had a good time learning how to play this stuff and learning how to master it. Playing these in the games competition and that kind of thing. But it's getting to the point now where it's a major hassle. It's a major drain, and it's also getting to the point where it's too much hard work for me to actually manage it. I know I'm only 48 now, but because of some serious head traumas and things like that, which affect my balance and affect this and that and the other, I don't think I'm going to be able to commit at least to another 24 shows. Maybe, I don't know, 6 or 7 next year, added to the backers videos, and then after that, who knows. It's a massive commitment, and there are people out there who just do it live. They just review games live and do it all live, and it takes as long as it takes to do it live. But I can't do that for a number of reasons. I do all the narration live, that's fine. It's all done in one take usually, because if I know how to play the game, which I should do, then all that I need to do is talk about it. So I usually have a bullet point sheet in front of me on an A4 paper, and I just look at the games, look at those bullet points, and it says who recorded it, who the graphics artist was, the music, they went on to XYZ, and I'll just talk about the game. Anything that's happening in the game, sometimes it's a live commentary, sometimes I'm reading things, perhaps story, or whatever's going on, or my impressions or whatever. So that's how I always do it, just maybe 15 or 20 bullet points on a piece of paper, and then I do it live. And then it's obviously all recorded live. Yeah, every single one of these was recorded live. I didn't go back to the start and re-record any of them. I got as far as I could with it, and they average out about an hour at a time. An hour. Most people on this channel say, "Oh, I don't like games that last an hour. Can you not just have a 20-minute review?" It's like, I could do that, but that means that I need to edit all the footage down and squeeze it down to 20 minutes. And when you've got 2 hours of footage for the Heart of China, I can squeeze that down to an hour, but I can't squeeze it down any further than that. Same with Carry Command, same with Cadaver, same with Populous, and Train Driver 3, Return to Atlantis. All of these games have got over an hour's worth of footage that I've had to squeeze down. And I think if I'm going to produce a video that's decent, it's usually about 45 minutes to an hour, because I want to cover it. I'm never going to cover it again. I want to cover it completely, in case anybody's interested. It's not my opinion, it's not my review of the game. I try to champion every single one of these games, because who cares about my opinion? All people want to know is, it's a great game, it's got great graphics, great music, it's got great nostalgia for me, therefore it's a great game. So unless people want to hear about all the terrible games, in which case you've got the Zeus Daz channel, which does all that, where people, where Zeus Daz reviews all the terrible games. I can't stand reviewing a terrible game. I can't stand wasting my time on a terrible game. But anyway, that's what's going on. So I filled this up with 5 hours worth of battery life to begin with, filled it all the way up to the top, and guess what? There's 45 minutes of battery left, and I've been literally using this for about 25 minutes, so the battery is knackered. So I don't think I'm going to be able to record too much stuff on this camera without it running out. Unfortunately, it's 44 now. So it looks like the battery on it is knackered. But that's at least my introduction to these games whilst I'm here in Budapest. So until the next video diary, thanks very much.